Hello everyone and welcome to Grumpy Old Soldiers. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight.
Hey,
Damn it, Dylan, shut the fuck up.
You're going to a timeout, sister.
Yeah, no shit.
I thought I was already in timeout, JT, since you sent me to my room.
so before we start, everybody just keep our brother Paris in mind,
Yep.
and everybody else down in Florida.
Yeah.
Yep.
This ain't gonna be pretty.
I forgot to ask Vinny how he did, if he had any damage from being so far north of the last one.
Yeah, I don't know how far the true damage went.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Vinny's in chat.
Let me type something.
But I still do not concede to climate change. I do not think it's. I just think it's bad shit weather.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, with a little help.
A little help from my friends.
Yeah, not from us, not my carbon footprint.
Help from my friends.
Yeah, it's them little airplanes that the government sends up and.
Or the Senate hearing where the guy just said that, yeah, we've been using HARP to mess with the ionosphere,
Yep.
but man can't make weather.
No, I was just reading about that. They haven't been, even cloud seeding, they can't even guarantee that.
Yeah, well, they're doing a little bit more than cloud seeding these days. Aluminum, barium, sulfur.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found out, there's also been putting up surfactants.
Oh.
Yeah, soap.
Right.
We're breathing soap.
Wonderful.
I love it.
I've come to the conclusion JT needs to stop looking on the internet because things are getting dangerous.
Yeah.
Right. With that, I have to agree with Jim on
Let's
that.
go back to being, peacefully, blissfully ignorant.
Yeah. I need to change batteries in this. So how are you? Go ahead.
He was about to say, damn it, Dylan.
Yeah.
But Chuck, you mind if I say howdy to everybody in chat?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's going on, Mr. Brian Ferguson, mad scientist?
Brian, Vinny,
Devin,
Dave.
it's for Steve, and Mr. Ron Jeremy. Even George Jennings.
George, how you doing, George?
Hey, George.
Football's good your way, buddy.
And Brian and Ron Jeremy and Devin and who's that JT guy? And we need to kick him out.
Yeah,
Right.
he's probably some mean old bass player.
He need to take his lunch too.
Oh man, I never thought of using an iPad or something to do chat. I really wish I'd started thinking about that.
It's handy
I
as
just
hell.
use my phone. When I type in chat, I'm typing on my phone.
Yeah. That's a good
Just
idea.
easier because my keyboard's way over there, and I don't like to reach, and I can't see it because it glare. Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, slow these days.
Old lazy guy problems.
I understand. Well, let's no, do that. Put that there. Okay, cool. So how you doing tonight, Dylan?
Can't complain.
Yeah, I
Pretty
bet
good.
you could.
I don't think you want to listen to me complain.
Not really. Oh man. So how's work going?
Work's going actually pretty good. I was at for the past week. I was over at a Catholic school. They even put me in on a day that I was supposed to have off, but
That sucks.
yeah, because I was supposed to have off October the 3rd and 4th because of the Jewish holiday, but Catholic schools aren't closed for the Jewish
Jewish
holiday.
holidays? No.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Don't start. But yeah, so I worked that day and everything, so
Yeah. So how are you doing, JT?
Doing all right. Actually, doing a little bit better. I'm getting used to being on X again. So,
Yeah, I'm
and I
trying
wish
to.
somebody would teach me how to pronounce it correctly. You know, you got leader Xi in China.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, and I haven't got kicked off yet.
Cool.
So,
Operative word being yet.
I know, I try. What's going on your way, Chuck?
Oh, not much. So how's it going tonight, Jim?
Doing pretty well. Yep.
Good.
I can't complain. And I would if I could. You know me. So, no, everything's going well in my world. Just waiting on my truck and
Another day closer.
another day closer.
Hey, Nathan.
Hey, then.
how's it going, bud?
I really think Kamala's going to lose it big time on
Oh, yeah.
November 3rd.
We do
November
it
3rd.
people. We will.
It's not on the 3rd?
Fifth.
Fifth.
Don't you remember?
Oh, the 5th.
But speaking of Kamala, she was on the Howard Stern show.
5th of November.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
She was on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, but Howard Stern is a liberal turd, too.
Mhm.
Right,
Two
but,
menopausal women sitting together growling. You know.
and of course they were talking about the upcoming election. And of course, you know how Kamala is being a Democrat, talking shit about Donald Trump, the whole fucking nine.
Yeah.
No, but I was finding it weird this year. Our election came up on November 5th, which is Guy Fawkes Day in Britain. And their election they had last summer was the 4th of July.
Oh, funny.
Remember the 5th of November.
Yep.
Gunpowder treason.
Yep.
Yeah, Kamala did an interview on a sex show called "Call Her Daddy."
Yeah, I saw something about that.
I didn't see that.
I didn't find it in time. I just found out about it today, and I didn't have time to look it up.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
she
it's
was
like
on there.
yellow.
From what I understand, that channel's known for teaching people how to give a blowjob.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I think that should be required listening for some people. Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan's got it bookmarked
No,
on
no,
his
no.
computer. He's got it,
No,
paint's rubbing off on that button.
no, let's not bring me into this. I'm not in that. I had nothing to do with that.
You say, well,
Oh
I
man.
want to see the history in your computer tomorrow.
Okay, I do my history in my computer.
And I'm going to have an announcement later in the show.
the rabbit's okay, isn't it?
Yes, the rabbit is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the one we had was anyway.
Killed the rabbit.
Can't catch me because the rabbit done died.
It's rabbit season.
I can't remember what song that's from because the rabbit done
Walk
died.
this way.
Right. Yeah, my brain is like totally screwed tonight.
It's okay. We have Dylan. He'll
No,
cover for you. You still look good beside him.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
that's kind of fucked up.
He didn't say by comparison. That was something I thought myself.
Yeah, aren't you getting a little lippy with the man wearing a commander's headset?
First off, that's a PS5 headset.
No, that's a commander.
There's no scrambled eggs. My dad calls that scrambled eggs. I think other people do too. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. I was trying to keep from telling him you were on the poop deck.
Wow.
I never did get Navy rank.
Yeah, we have our own rank. It's weird.
I just know your lieutenant has 2 bars,
Mm-hmm.
and that's our captain.
Yeah. Yeah. Our lieutenant outranks your lieutenant. But
I don't know. You guys got weird shit. Then you get into ratings and
yeah, we got one called Boatswain's Mate. That's the guy who does general maintenance on the ship. It's basically somebody who's looking for a better job in the Navy. I was one of those while I was trying to get into computer school.
kind of like starting in the mailroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mine was starting at the bottom of the Enterprise.
Eehee. Yeah.
Only up from there.
That's
Only
true.
up from there.
Well, Enterprise is nuclear too, so you didn't have a boy. Yeah, it's a little.
I was there a long time ago.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
79. I was supposed to go over to Iran. Oh, the Persian Gulf.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Nope. Nope.
How's it going, Ed Barkley and Hitman?
Hey, that's it, man.
Hey, Ed Barkley and Hitman, how you doing?
We all done.
Let's see here. We got for news.
Oops.
Pause.
Good
Rewind.
news, though.
Share screen. Share the correct. Oh, I bet. Hang on. I'm not sure I shared the sound too. Share sound.
Dylan?
Yeah. Let me turn. I don't know. FEMA abandons devastated North Carolina town residents because they can't drive around road closed sign. Yeah. Yeah. The funny thing is, everybody else drove around the road closed sign. They just wouldn't do it. Oh shit! I thought there was audio here. Probably Clinton. Probably Hillary.
They're infragile. You might make them cry.
Yeah. Shit. Oh, I've got that same one twice. That's useless.
Well, yeah, Brian, they said they were out of money, but they miraculously found like 3 different spots where there was a lot of money left, and it's
Mm.
a couple billion, 3 or 4 billion.
Yeah, speaking of which, that's what I wanted to bring up right now. Let's see. Hang on, I forgot to click. Yeah, okay, good, it's on automatically. Okay. And I don't hear anything. I don't know. Shit. It's not working this week. I don't know what happened. Huh. Oh well.
Can you draw it on the whiteboard?
I doubt it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Ah, here we go. Here's one that's working. Let me share the screen.
This could have happened.
This
But
is
if you
Jeremy
look
from the quartering.
if you simply Google search, right? Kamala Harris, I don't know, 60 minutes, right? You see the mainstream media is melting down. Trump gets unhinged even for him over Kamala Harris on 60 Minutes. Trump policy reveals takeaways from 60 Minutes. What did Harris accomplish? Joe on Trump. Nothing about right. Nothing. They're just sweeping as hard as they can. But then if you look, let's say grilled. That's the word everyone uses. NBC News. Harris undergoes a 60-minute grilling as Trump sits out. Trump doesn't need to do 60 minutes. Everybody knows his policies. Trump needs to be activating his base to get them out there to register to vote. That is the only thing that matters between now and November 5th. Trump should be doing a rally a day in 4 swing states: Pennsylvania, Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan. You know, maybe we want to split hairs, say North Carolina. Every day, every state, telling his base to get out there and get someone registered to vote and harvest the ballot. That's all Trump has to do. Everybody already knows his policy. The difference is nobody knows Kamala Harris's policy because she literally has none.
Yeah.
Look at what they did to her live. I cannot believe they aired this.
I've been covering the border for
By the way, the coffee link is in the description below. Promo code FALLSAVE to save money on it.
for years. And so I know this is not a problem that started with your administration.
Correct.
But there was an historic flood of undocumented immigrants coming across the border the first 3 years of your administration. As a matter of fact, arrivals quadrupled
Oops.
from the last year of President Trump.
Look how mad.
Was it-
Look how mad she is that he even brought that up.
A mistake to loosen the immigration policies as much as you did.
It's a long-standing problem.
That was created by Democrats, loose borders.
Solutions are at hand. And from day one, literally, we have been offering solutions.
No, you haven't.
What I was asking was,
Yeah, wait.
was it a mistake to kind of allow that flood to happen in the first place?
I think the policies
What policies, Kamala? What policies?
that we have been proposing are about fixing a problem, not promoting a problem.
What?
Okay?
But the numbers did quadruple.
And the
He is not letting her off the. Oh, but the numbers did quadruple.
numbers
under your-
today.
And she's like, well, yeah, but today border crossings are down by 50%. Any idiot who watches the news knows exactly why that is. If you aren't terminally online like me, that doesn't necessarily make you an idiot, but the reason they're down is because the Harris-Biden administration is simply flying them over the border on jumbo jets and dropping them off in Democrat cities across this country. They're not having to cross the border in front of 25 photographers fake crossing through razor wire. Biden-Harris administration is just flying them here.
Today, because of what we have done,
You've done nothing. You've done nothing.
Tell you what your critics and
Let's take a break from the video. That's just a lot of video. Oh, man. So, yeah, I tend to agree with everything Jeremy's saying there on the quartering. He looks like Matt at SMM. Yeah, he does. A little bit. So, yeah, that's what's going on. She's trying to not talk about it at all, and then she wants to blame it on Trump. But they're the ones who went and killed a lot of the shit that Trump did to keep them from coming across in
What,
those
you mean
numbers.
like breaking contracts and shit and
They
shutting
killed it
down?
all.
Yep.
Yeah. They spent their first week going through all the immigration laws and writing executive orders reversing them.
Yeah. Yeah. Biden has the record now for the most. What do you call it when he just creates a law? I forget.
Executive order.
Mandates, dictates.
Yeah, he has the most in history.
It's the only way a Democrat can get anything done.
Yep.
Obama taught him. I got a pen and a phone.
But he didn't just reverse stuff. They did it with glee and gladness in their heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's one thing
It was like the new girlfriend ripping out the ex-girlfriend's decoration. You know, she decorated. Out goes them
Yeah,
curtains.
fuck that.
But if you really look at it, this plan has been in the works since the 60s. And they finally got to a place where they think they can go ahead and let's just do it, y'all. Let's
Yep.
go. Have fun. Commie it up. Weatherman Weather Underground,
Yeah.
Flowered and Tiven. But,
Yeah, that's
you
one
know.
of the things Joe Biden remembers from back in the 60s.
But it sure was funny. Back in the 70s, you had Thomas Sowell debating Francis Fox Piven about welfare. Needless to say, Dr. Sowell mopped the floor with her.
Yeah. And Brian's saying he's guessing that Hunter Biden is on the pardon list already.
No, you think?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not going to be the fast one like Nixon got from Ford.
Yeah.
But what Ford was having to do was trying to keep the nation together when it was going to shit, and he didn't do a very good job at that.
Yeah, no, that's true. Oh, gun ownership is on the rise among liberals, according to new report. Let's see.
Yeah, because contrary to popular belief, a lot of them don't like to be told that what they can and can't do.
Oh, yeah.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think these are the ones that aren't so seriously far to the left, that these are people that probably feel like the Democratic Party has gone left to them.
Exactly. But we're at the tail end of it. If you haven't figured it out by now, if you were a Democrat, I can respect you. But if you were what we call a Democrat now, I know we throw the term around a lot now, but whatever this isn't what we signed up for.
Yeah.
And if you can go, wait a minute, this is kind of bogus, I can respect you. I would respect that you don't see my views, but I also respect you're not an idiot and falling for this.
Yep. Yeah, see, I'll go ahead and say I am a Democrat, but I'm a Kennedy-style Democrat.
But that's what I'm saying. We can have different views.
Right.
We can want to approach this situation this way, that way. But you're not an idiot. You're not sitting there telling me I have to believe this because we just made it up yesterday.
Nope.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Opposition is cool. Stupidity's not.
Yeah. Well, if everybody were to agree on everything, a lot of mistakes would get made
Yep.
because there's nobody to police it.
What, you mean like being happy all the time? You'd never understand when something come by that made you sad or angry?
Maybe.
But as a Democrat, do you think the border is cool?
No.
But do you see what I'm saying? You're not stupid.
No.
You know.
No. That's adding to the problems we're having with inflation. Somebody was quoted as saying inflation is caused by the government printing money.
Milton Friedman.
Yes, I just read that earlier today and I forgot to write it down.
He's a very smart man. He knows
I tend to agree with him.
You know, but everybody still goes and pays the stupid tax. I mean, sorry, play the lottery.
Yeah, I wish I had thought of this earlier too, but I would like to compare each president against the inflation that happened while they were in office.
I saw that list.
I wish I had looked it up.
I wish I'd have saved it. I saw a list like that. And it was adjusted for, then dollars and now dollars.
Yep.
Yeah. See,
Because let's face it, just a little over 100 years ago, the average wage was 22 cents an hour.
Mm-hmm.
$5 a week. And when Henry Ford got there,
$200 to $400 a year.
But, we had the roaring 20s, and what happened? The Democrat got a hold of it.
Yep.
Then we had the crash, 1929.
Let's see. I've got a graphic. Let me, I do. See if I can share it on the screen here.
Dylan, close your eyes.
And Carter is on the top, which doesn't surprise anybody. 9 point. Ford, President Ford. I can make that bigger. There we go. There's Biden's third. Yeah, that's true. He does. And Reagan was trying to deal with Carter's inflation. Yeah. And Reagan, yeah. Yeah, he did. Ooh, bummer. Yeah. You also got a raise because of Reagan. Yeah. Reagan, one of the first things he did, one of the first things. No. Yeah, Reagan brought in a long needed pay raise for the military when he got in the office. I know. My dad was active duty at the time. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, before he lived out. Let's see. They're showing Trump. The inflation during Trump was 1.9%, and Obama was 1.4%. And then, I don't know. No, there's a lot of factors involved.
I didn't catch, where was that from?
Oh, Investopedia? Let's see where they got it from. Hiranme Shrinis Vasan. That's the best I can say the name.
Oh, good old American name.
We did
Yeah.
better than I could even attempt, so.
Yeah. Hey, Ed. Ed Barkley's here.
Okay, do we have to put everything up now?
You can't hear anybody but me?
That's what Steve's saying, but everybody else can hear us.
Oh. Why is it that Steve always has trouble with audio?
I have no idea.
I don't
Does
know.
Terry stop giving advice?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Steve says he can hear everybody now.
Really.
So, let me look at my sheet. Okay, what do we have?
The Department of Homeland
Well, I got a boil on my ass. It won't go away.
Let's watch some of this.
Oh.
Some of this right here.
Security says it cannot, the Department of Homeland Security says it cannot stop migrants with terrorism ties from illegally entering the United States. So this report that they just released, called the Homeland Threat Assessment, is basically a compendium of all the problems that they see with no plans to change it. It's just, here's why you should be afraid. We're telling you what to look out for, but we can't stop it. Basically. So let's take a look at what they're saying, because the report called 2025 Homeland Threat Assessment basically says, yeah, regarding the bad guys and the bad drugs, we don't got this. Here's what they warn about. They says they're particularly concerned about a confluence of factors, including violent extremist responses to domestic socio-political developments, especially because of the election, international events that domestic and foreign violent extremists will use to justify attacks on the homeland, lone offenders, small groups posing a threat.
Hang on, I need a second to absorb that. Okay.
threat. Meanwhile, foreign terrorists and their supporters will maintain their enduring intent on the homeland. Plus, trafficking, sale of drugs, transnational domestic criminal actors, fentanyl. I mean, this is just, it's a laundry list of what we've been covering on this show. The Department of Homeland Security says, yes, redacted, you're right. All that stuff is happening. But who does it say is our, even though that's happening, specifically through our southern borders, human trafficking, sex trafficking, drug trafficking, terrorists entering. But who do they say are the big three we need to be worried about? Any guesses? Who are the big three actors that are
China, Iran, and Russia?
You got it.
That's a shock.
Yes, that should have been. This should have been a Family Feud question. Take a look at what they say. The People's Republic of China, Russia, and Iran will remain the most pressing foreign threats to our critical infrastructure, even though the southern border has drugs and sex slaves pouring across it. Russia, China, Iran. They don't really. I mean, what's the last American town you saw inundated with Russian extremists? Anywhere?
Springfield, Springfield, Ohio. Yeah.
I'm missing this cultural reference.
Red Dawn, amazing 1980s movie. Wolverines, where the Russians invade the United States, and we need a wily group of teenagers to stop the Russians from invading.
Okay. And the Iranian immigrants overflowing in certain towns. Is that happening? Who has Iranian sex slaves on their bingo card? Is that happening? Anybody? No?
No, I don't have any of that.
So in my experience and my news reporting, I have not seen that as a major threat to the U.S. homeland, but that's what they say. Even though they say that Russia and Iran and China are somehow involved in the drug trade, take a look at this paragraph and see if you can make any sense. Despite the lethal and destabilizing threats terrorism poses to our country, the production, trafficking, and sale of illegal drugs by transnational and domestic criminal actors is the most lethal and persistent threats to U.S. communities. Concurrently, adversarial states are intent on sowing distrust in our institutions, as well as confusion and division through their malign influence campaigns, which seek to boost these efforts to the 2024 election cycle. So, drug trafficking, bad, biggest problem, but also just keep your eye out because we want you to be afraid of Russia, China, and Iran.
Yeah. So they're trying to say that those political interests take precedent over the influx of people coming through the southern border. That sounds like liberal bullshit to me.
Somebody may have put up the road closed sign.
In North Carolina? Yeah. It was Venezuelan terrorists.
No, from what I've seen, the ones we really need to watch out for is the Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, there was a senator from Arizona that had a business that was in cahoots with China making balloons that just happened to fly across the United States.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Gabby Giffords, Mark Kelly.
Oh, it was Gabby Gifford's husband.
Yeah.
Mark Kelly. Oh, I've got a link here for Kevin Sorbo on X. He's got an interesting post here. Let me. That moment when someone says, "I can't believe you would vote for Trump," I simply reply, "I'm not voting for Trump. I'm voting for the First Amendment and freedom of speech. I'm voting for the Second Amendment and my right to defend my life and my family. I'm voting for the next Supreme Court justices to protect the Constitution and Bill of Rights. I'm voting for continued growth of my retirement and reducing inflation. I'm voting for a return of our troops from foreign countries and the end to America's involvement in foreign conflicts. I'm voting for the Electoral College and for the republic in which we live. I'm voting for the police to be respected once again and to ensure law and order. I'm tired of all the criminals having a revolving door and being put back in the street. I'm voting for the continued appointment of federal judges who respect the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And I'm voting for keeping our jobs to remain in America and not be outsourced all over the world to China, Mexico, and other foreign countries. I want USA made. I'm voting for secure borders and have legal immigration. Legal immigration. I can't believe we actually have flown 380,000 illegal immigrants into our country. I'm voting for doing away with all the freebies given to all the illegals and not looking after the needs of American citizens. I'm voting for the military and the veterans who fought for this country to give the American people their freedoms. This is kind of long-winded, I know. I'm voting for the unborn babies that have a right to live. I'm voting for peace, progress in the Middle East. I'm voting to fight against human child trafficking. I'm voting for freedom of religion. I'm voting for the right to speak my opinion and not be censored. I'm voting for the return of teaching math, history, and science instead of indoctrination of our children and pronouns. I'm not just voting for one person. I'm voting for the future of my country. I'm voting for my children and my grandchildren to ensure their freedoms and their future.
All right, now everybody look at James. If you ain't got goosebumps, you're not a patriot.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was well said.
That was a good speech. That's Kevin Sorbo, who used to play Hercules.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was a Hercules guy.
Yeah. He's very, very patriotic. Yeah, you can tell. That's a good point, Brian. He says, if Homeland Security can't stop them, then get rid of Homeland Security. I'd like to get rid of Homeland Security anyway.
Yep.
And that's a good reason. If Trump gets in, he's probably going to clean house immediately. And Steve says that was well said. Yeah, that's Kevin Sorbo. Follow him on X. He seriously lives that.
Yep.
K-Sorbs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. After this little bout with the hurricanes, if people's eyes couldn't be opened up for the way our government does.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that money that FEMA is spending on the immigrants, on the illegal immigrants coming into this country, that needs to be going to our people who are living on the street. A lot of veterans and mentally ill people are living on the street. There's drug addicts too, but I'm worried about the vets and the mentally ill people.
Yeah, but I don't care if they're drug addicts. They're American.
That's
we
true.
made a contract with them.
Yeah. Yes. It's it's like disowning your child because you broke a law.
Yeah. There's not one vet that should have to wait at any fucking hospital across the U.S. at any time, day or night.
That's right.
Hey, Vinny.
Hey, Vinny. Need to fire my tune keeper. Lay him with the fishes. I've got something here. Here we go. Let's try this. Hang on.
It's too late. I mean, they took too long. It took them 5 days to get here. And I mean, it took 5 days for Biden to come here, and he didn't think we were worth coming down to see himself. He had to fly over on his way to Raleigh. It's disgraceful. They tell us what we need instead of listening to us. There's people that have lost everything, their home, their everything, that they priceless items that were thousands of dollars. And I'm not expecting her to give us thousands of dollars, but they can do more than that. I mean, I feel betrayed. I feel like we're not worth it to them.
But there's just a complete failure of weak leadership here in North Carolina and the federal government. And it takes my strong leadership in Florida to send us up here. If it wasn't for DeSantis sending the state guard special missions unit up here, this never even would have happened. But there's just no support here. There's no leadership.
Okay, enough already. Help bullying victims. That was North Carolina resident Jordan Lanning speaking to Jesse Waters. Also, John Howard with the Florida National Guard Special Missions Unit. You just heard from them about their frustration over the Biden-Harris White House bad response to Hurricane Helene. Let's bring in National Border Patrol Council Vice President Chris Cabrera. Chris, thanks for your service to America. Okay, frustration over prioritizing, sending funds to illegal aliens over citizens where Helene victims are feeling abandoned. It's also border communities feeling abandoned, inner cities feeling abandoned by Biden and Harris. What do you make of the spending of $1 billion in FEMA funds on illegal aliens?
I'd like to say that I'm shocked by it, but unfortunately I'm not. I think this administration has their priorities out of whack, and it's unfortunate when you have people in some of these states like North Carolina that are really suffering right now, and there's no money left in the coffers for the United States citizen that's in need.
Okay, so you know what the thing is, that they're spending FEMA funds on illegals. I mean, if you look at it this way, FEMA is a disaster agency. Is the Biden-Harris White House admitting the border is a disaster?
Yeah, even if they were to admit it was a disaster, I mean, the FEMA funds should be the last funds to go to illegal aliens. That's for home, disasters here that, whether it's a hurricane or tornado or whatever the case may be, that those funds should be set aside just for American citizens.
Chris, this is a reality about the White House's open borders. About 13 million, including gotaways. We tracked about 1,700 terrorists in between the ports of entry, at all the borders, caught. People they've been leaving everyone else, all taxpayers on their own to deal with this and higher crime and higher taxes. We got a study showing the cost of illegal immigration is about $150 billion annually. That means everybody's state and local taxes go up. Swing state voters and taxpayers in the swing states, they pay about $15 billion to this. I mean, the swing states have seen a major increase in illegal aliens since 2021. We're talking like the triple-digit increases. I mean, so when you see this, when you think of it this way, it's like it's a chaos at the border, but a free-for-all on the taxpayers inside each state.
Yeah, it defies logic. I mean, it's, the way this administration is thinking, it's just backward thinking all over the place. And it's unfortunate that some people won't even wake up to see this, and they'll still vote Democrat, knowing that they're just, giving our taxpayer dollars away.
Chris Cabrera, thanks for your service working with the border to keep it safe. We appreciate you very much for joining us. Good to see you.
Thank you.
So that's what's going on.
Sickening.
That's right, Brian. No veteran should be homeless. I know the country can't afford to pay us what we're worth, but we shouldn't be homeless. I've been homeless.
But I don't know. I wouldn't single out the veterans. I think any veteran would wait their turn if the field was fair.
Mm-hmm.
If they had the same fair shot as anybody else, they'd wait their turn.
Yeah.
But every time you hear it's an undocumented, illegal migrant, it's in the name, illegal.
Mm-hmm.
They get nothing but maybe a bus ride back to the border. You wait over there. We'll process your paperwork in due time.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've got all these liberals saying these people are not illegal. Yes, they are. They're here illegally. Everything about them is illegal.
Yep. Every fucking bit of it.
Damn straight.
I'm fucking tired of it. This last weekend, a woman was pushed into her house by 4 Venezuelans down in Dallas, upper end part of Dallas, and threatened to cut off her fingers and shit.
Damn.
But luckily she got away, got to a neighbor's house.
Fuck.
Yeah, I totally missed that. We don't have news. We don't have cable TV where I live.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's available in town. We just don't have it because it can't afford it, and we
I
don't
told
have
you.
broadcast. Huh?
I told you not to eat the pigeons.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
They were male. What's wrong with you? Can't send you smoke signals. Most of the wind coming up out of Texas, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, Vinny says, oh, but vote for Harris. She will fix it. Not now, but later. You know, after you vote for her. Yep.
Yeah. Heard about something else that was like that. Got to vote for it before you know what's in it.
Mm-hmm. Never the right answer. So what's going on with the storm right now, Milton? In it's about to hit
Paul, the big theme that we're seeing is heavy rainfall right now. Many radar
Florida.
estimated totals up to half a foot. The winds are picking up along the coastline. We're hours away from landfall. And remember, even before that official landfall, when the center of that eye makes its way onshore, we still get the most powerful winds on the east side of that eye. Right as it works its way off the Gulf and comes on the land.
This is what I was trying to get to. This, I'm like, Nash is talking, and I'm going, okay, that's the wrong camera. Look at that. That is. That's like where the Sarasota Yacht Club is over in Sarasota. To the left is the causeway, and then bouncing off in the distance would be Bird Key. And I know it's probably making you nauseous at home, but it's a good indicator of how rough it is. And the worst weather for them, quite not there yet, as the eye wall begins to approach. I think we have another camera. This is down the Naples Pier. And look at that. I mean, that's, you know, I tell you one thing. I've seen too many of these views the past year or two. It seems every couple of months we're showing.
This is Tampa Bay area, over by where Paris is.
This type of this is beach erosion, this is flooding, this is just a mess, and it's unfortunate. And that continues all the way up our coast. And this is the type of like water and surge they'll see, you know, for lovely Siesta Key and Longbow Key and Bradenton Beach and all the way up to Anna Maria. And Anna Maria is going to have some problems too. You know, but let's think about this. And, you know, we keep on talking about this science. I mean, Kim did a great job of just discussing it. This is the same area that just was devastated by Helene, and at least as much water, if not more water. So it's this ridiculous 1-2 punch that almost sometimes doesn't seem fair. It just doesn't.
Especially not fair when we look at cameras like this we discussed earlier. This is the Naples Fishing Pier, already sustained so much damage from Ian. They were looking to rebuild it in a much bigger way. And here we are again. They're kind of in the crossfire for some strong, heavy storm surge on the south side of this system. Remember, Naples is far south of the center of this storm. It just gives an idea of the power of it as those onshore winds are pushing through southwest Florida. And
Vinny said he's got family that lives in the Naples area. And he says he talked to Batman, and him and the family are safe. They got out where they live.
And this is a great map to check out the wind gust angled offshore right now. That's why winds are driving the waters off of Pinellas County in many spots. Areas to the south of the circulation are starting to see those winds tilt back to the north. And in some spots, like we're seeing in southwest Florida, all the winds are starting to shift out of the south and west and move onshore. And that's what's driving the storm surge already. But numbers are just going to climb as this pushes on land here soon.
Look at this, 77 is the highest we've seen so far in Sarasota. And so sustained hurricane force winds. Wind gusts, but they'll have sustained hurricane force winds pretty soon. The Hurricane Center is watching this. They adjusted the track a little bit, and from this point, it's really about watching the center on radar and just kind of watching it move across the state. And we're going to pay attention to you. I know a lot of you are not here and not here, but you're here inland and you're watching on TV going, okay, talk to me about inland areas, and the weather is going to come your way, and we're not going to talk about sustained, I don't think 80 or 90 inland, but there'll be some hurricane force gust, and that's the type of wind, unfortunately, that can cause trees down and power outages. There's a 77 gust in Sarasota with still the eye offshore. St. Pete 61. Strongest winds we think are right here. But the rain continues to come down, and what's happening over in Pinellas and Hillsborough has been pretty much nonstop. And the problem is as Nash expands on this a bit more, is that it goes back here. And this is all going to move in tandem with the hurricane because it's transitioning to kind of a non-tropical system. Non-tropical systems, the weather's always on the north and northwest and northeast side with nothing of note to the south. So all of this here is going to end up sitting over Pasco and Hillsborough and Pinellas and eventually Polk and Lake and Sumter and over by Orlando. So when everything is said and done, there'll be a big swath of rain right here, 10 to 20. Easily 10 to 20 inches of rain, no doubt. All kinds of flood issues. We've had tornadoes earlier today. Every hazard that a hurricane can bring, we've had. In the tornado issue, huge. The rain issue, huge. The wind is getting worse, and the water's coming up along the West Coast. As far as intensity, Category 3 now, probably a Category 2 at landfall. And look, if you talk about a landfall point, pretty much what we said last night. I mean, it looks like the center is going to end up kind of maybe moving over like Bradenton Beach, maybe as far north as maybe up towards Anna Maria, but generally speaking, it'll slide just a little bit south of Tampa Bay. Now, talked to someone came in the newsroom. Benny was in here and said on the Bay Shore now, the wind's blowing the water out. You're north of where the center is, and with the northeast wind, you kind of have competing factors. You have the hurricane bringing the water with it, but at the same time, 60, 70 mile an hour winds are pushing the water out. So they fight each other, but for now, the water's heading out. South of the eye, water levels coming up, which makes sense because the winds, and we talked about this over and over for the past 3 days, about those storm surge numbers. You can't really count on them when you're north of the center, and that's exactly what's happening right now. So that's that as far as the radar is concerned. The track's important, but I mean, honestly, from this point on, we're going to watch it live, and we'll see how it moves across the state. Catherine, it has reached peak intensity. It reached shear and dry air today, so it's weakening. It'll cut across the state and be east of us, certainly by early morning tomorrow. The numbers, now Hurricane Center using Orlando, 150 miles southwest of Orlando. Top winds are 120, moving northeast at 15. It goes well east of us by a day or two. And then we get some drier air coming in on the backside. Make it some low dew points as a bonus. Got this graphic in here, but again, these numbers are all kind of off because of the track of the system. So we'll update you and keep you up to date. Power outage is a big problem, and I get a lot of reports on my phone. Paul lost power, all from Hernando and Citrus counties all the way south. Not a big shocker at all. We'll see you again at 6:30. Back to you.
All right, Paul, thank you.
Okay, so that's that.
Yeah, but that still sucks. You know you're going to lose your power, but it's that moment it does go out. It's like, fuck,
Yeah,
now
I mean,
we're
we just
in it.
continue to watch this, one.
But hey, good thing they say they've got 50,000 linemen down there waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sent a shit ton of crews down.
Yeah,
He's up there.
there's a shitload of them at Mar-a-Lago getting ready to get their orders to march out and do some repair.
I wonder if the people out in chat think we ought to get together and take Dylan down gator hunting.
No, bite me.
Make awful good pay.
They might. You ever heard that song, Amos Moses by Jerry Reed? Just knock him in the head with a stone.
He just used one hand because he had a gator bit it.
Left arm gun clean up to the elbow.
Well, I have an announcement. I'm going to need to take a month off for mental health. I need to spend some time with my family. I burned myself out a little bit, so I need some time off, if you guys don't mind.
I told you not to burn yourself again.
Yeah, I flew too close to the sun.
Well, I hope you're all right, brother.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I just need a rest.
You got my number.
Yeah, that's true. I do.
Okay. We'll come up with a new neuroses for you when you get back.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey Jim, do you have a joke for us this evening?
Frank decides he needs a checkup, so he goes to the proctologist. Nurse ushers him in, gets his clothes off, puts that little Johnny on, and then walks the doctor. And you get the gloves, that infamous snap, and then you hear the doctor going, "All right, Kevin, don't get a hard on this time. Don't get a hard on this time." Frank looks back and says, "Doc, you got the right chart. My name's Frank." He goes, "No, my name's Kevin."
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
F the FDA.
Okay. Well, everybody, that's the show for tonight. Thanks for being here. And everybody have a good night. And I will announce in the group when we're all ready to come back. That's if everybody else is willing. Y'all have a good night.
Have a great night. God bless America. Say a prayer.